Don't forget, folks, you got about 9 minutes left if you want to retweet our Gary V tweet. Break credit, 4 different vintage packs, including a 1988 Fleer basketball pack, 1982 Topps football pack, 1984 Peachy pack, and a 1979 Topps baseball last pack. Here we go, 1979 Topps football. I will not be eating the gum of this, Gary, if you're listening.
So what was the end result of the eating of the gum? We didn't get to the end of this.
Well, the thing is, I'm glad Gary's assistant texted me back because I thanked him the next morning. I was a little concerned because Gary's fairly aggressive on social media. Yeah. Gary wasn't that aggressive that next morning. And kind of like just like Rico, maybe it took a little bit longer for it to hit Gary. I was concerned.
Well, Rico purged it.
I know. I told Gary that, and I think he just tried to block that out of his mind because he was speaking to so many people. But yeah, I think he just did it instinctually. I really do.
Roy Gorella.
Wow. So we made an improvement here with the lights. We don't have a full-on studio, but we bought some lights to help out with the glare, and I think it looks a lot better, Lou. What do you think?
It does. I like the way it looks.
That's great. Kudos to Johnny Five, Chris from Freedom Cardboard, Dougie and Robert, and the rest of the gang here. The set is really coming along.
1979 was the 60th NFL season.
Oh wow! I wouldn't have guessed that. Then again, the NFL kind of changed, right? It's like what's the modern NFL? The late 50s it started.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
By the way, that was Johnny Riggins, Hall of Famer.
The modern NFL started when Bill Polian got the NFL to change the rules on defending, for defensive backs for Peyton Manning. That's when the game changed.
So, talking a little football here, Lou, what do you think if I was putting you on the spot? We're on a serious, show discussing Mr. Tom Brady.
Yes.
How many more seasons, based on the start that he's off to this year, which is, let's just say, moderate at best? How many more seasons is he going to play? 1, 2, more than 2?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's as bad as everyone seems to think it is at this point. And I've been saying right along this year and next. That's been my feeling. And not necessarily because he can't do it. I think what we saw in the preseason this year was his devotion to his family a little bit. He stayed out of OTAs and stayed out of the voluntary camps. And I think there's just a point. He's got his business, but I think there's a point at everybody in their early 40s when they say, geez, why am I doing this?
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, he certainly has had an incredible amount of success. I think that he's doing it clearly because he just loves playing. That's it.
Yep. And by the way, I also think if the Patriots were to win this year and he were to win a 6th, that might be it.
I could see that too. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't see some of the feedback. We're getting some folks to chime in here. That's cool. He's working on a couple minute sets for his son, 71 basketball and 70 baseball. Mr. Gert, I believe he is a fan of Vintage Breaks and watches us live on our YouTube channel.
Stan O is asking about rocks and dirt.
Oh, clouds and dirt. So that's what Gary Vee talks about.
Yeah.
And, it's funny. I was telling my wife about that the other day, and she goes, Gary has his own sneaker from K-Swiss? And she's thinking, like, more one-dimensionally, hey, that's pretty cool. I bet you're making some money from that. And I said, I bet you Gary could care less how much money he's making from it. It helps tell his story, and it helps him brand himself in a way that he wasn't able to do it because he doesn't own a sneaker company. And so who asked about that? What was his name?
Stan Orr.
Stan Orr. So what the clouds and dirt are, it's very cool. Gary is exactly who he appears on camera. He's very down to earth, and connecting clouds and dirt to that statement is very simple. So Gary clearly does not need to do all the things he does on a daily basis. What do you look for? Sure.
I think what he's asking about is he's got some field dirt from various stadiums.
That's hysterical.
Gatlinburg. The first time my first credentials for the Red Sox when I got on the field, I took some grass and warning track dirt. I still have it.
That's pretty cool. I totally thought you were talking about something different, which I'll cover in a minute. So I have some stadium dirt from probably